Hello, Namaskar, good evening. This is Balneet. I welcome all of you to Daily News Analysis session by Tathastu ICS. Good evening, Golu. Good evening, everyone. Let's quickly start today's session. The front page news as per today's news, that is 11th of October 2025. We do not have much important news from the Hindu Daily edition. But whatever important, whatever news which is relevant from the UPSC perspective, I've highlighted that much part, and wherever necessary, I will be guiding you what to study, where to study from, and how you can proceed. Good evening, Riddhi, Prateek, Dattaraj. Good evening, everyone. Again, the first, it's a plus news for Indian diplomatic efforts which have been there, in which we are trying to grow our relations between India and Afghanistan, especially after the deteriorating relations between India and Pakistan, along with Pakistan and Afghanistan. Now, the way Pakistan is signing the pacts with USA, signing the pacts with Saudi Arabia, with the same scenario, we are also emboldening our relations with both of our common neighbor, that is Afghanistan. The Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi was there in the Hyderabad house. He met External Affairs Minister Subramanyam Jaishankar, and there they have decided that the technical mission which we had in the name of the embassy to be upgraded to a full-fledged embassy, right? Then here, India will upgrade its technical mission in Kabul to the status of an embassy, as I've informed. Hyderabad House, this is Amir Khan Muttaqi, the Foreign Minister. India is fully committed to the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and independence of Afghanistan, which means that we are with this country in whatever challenges it is facing, in whatever opportunities both the countries are having, as we have invested a lot in Afghanistan before Taliban took over in the year 2021, right? There was one famous Salma Dam. There was Afghanistan Parliament building as well. All these things, all these places were crucially important because India has invested a lot good amount over all these places. Then comes the second important news in the front page, if we talk about, that is Israel and Gaza have decided for a ceasefire to the agreed area. We all know the war which has been going on between the Israel and Gaza since 7th of October 2023. It has been going on. So many people have been killed. There was malnutrition. There was a lot of ruckus and so many displaced families. Millions of people were displaced. Their education, their healthcare, their basic fundamental rights have been infringed upon. And this is how both the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas came into effect in Gaza. The Israeli military said to pause the fighting and exchange the remaining hostages for the Palestinian prisoners. So it is one of the great news for the entire world, I would say. Then in last, Supreme Court is planning to rethink is cracker ban, because as we all know, जैसे जैसे winters दिल्ली में आती हैं, पराली जलती है, और winters की, yes Manas, you can make the notes from the NCRT if required. India and Afghanistan have also discussed trending. Absolutely, Tatharaj, this is the sign of the soft culture or the soft power, right? The Indian diplomats is showing with the Afghanistan diplomats. Then here, if we talk about the Supreme Court judgment, in which Supreme Court has said and reversing its earlier judgment, thinking to reverse its earlier judgment, where they have said that there should not be full ban of the firecrackers in Delhi, rather the use of the green crackers. And use of the green crackers would also help the Delhi NCR region to coordinate during the winter festival, that is Diwali, because Diwali ke time India mein bahut zyada, especially the Delhi NCR region, faces lot of pollution as well. Then if we move to the next, that comes here, nothing important. We will move to the next. Okay, this. October 11th is observed as the International Day of the Girl Child by the United Nations. You all can see October 11. October 11 is celebrated as the International Day of the Girl Child by the United Nations. This you need to know. Okay, you can mention it if there's any, question related to Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, where you're mentioning all these schemes or the women empowerment, you can mention that for sure. Then we move to the next. Thank you for your patience, everyone. I'll just refresh it. Yeah. So here comes the NCRB report. Here, unemployment is still a core issue in Bihar. Now, this is important from the BPSC perspective, but not at all from the UPSC perspective. That is why we are not covering this editorial. Now, here the NCRB report, that is National Crime Record Bureau. Earlier, it is saying that the report was delayed. Report was delayed by a year, the same way the census has been delayed due to the COVID-19. But this has said that 2.8% decrease in murder cases across the country. And at the same time, it is saying that there is surge of 28.8% surge in crimes against the SCs and STs. Against the SCs and STs. And at the same time, it is saying that high crime rates were seen in Madhya Pradesh state, were seen in Rajasthan state, and also the previous have highlighted higher crime with regions जहाँ पे significant tribal populations है, वहाँ पर सबसे ज़्यादा crime rates भी देखने को मिल रहे हैं. Or only this much you need to know from here. Then we move to the next. Here, crime against children has also increased by 9.2%. Okay, you can quote this data, just 3 or 4 data you can quote, and that's all, not more than that, not more than anything else. Then we move to the next. The real need is a holistic demographic mission. Again, trust me, not much information related to the UPSC perspective, so we can skip this editorial as well. It is not necessary, not mandatory to read each and everything what is there in the newspaper. Then it is relating to the cough syrup. This has been discussed earlier in the previous DNAs. Then comes here, we will just have an idea. Supreme Court hence, as I've told, which was the judgment, that is Arjun Gopal versus Union of India. So the judgment was Arjun Gopal versus Union of India. In this, Supreme Court has said it declined to impose a complete ban on the firecrackers, but permitted the manufacture and sale of only green variants, only green crackers to be produced. Only green crackers to be produced with reduced emissions and permissible noise levels. Now it has also prohibited कि ऐसे crackers को licensed traders ही sell out कर सकते हैं. But now they are planning to change their earlier stance, to change what they have decided earlier. Okay, here again, this one is important. You need to know. UPSC do ask these type of information. There is United Nations troop contributing countries chief conclave is going to take place in New Delhi. As I've mentioned here, United Nations troop, just a second. United Nations troop contributing countries chief conclave is going to take place at the New Delhi, which again the next week, mostly the countries from the global south. Global south are all the developing countries who have the history of historical marginalization, all the vulnerability, all the British colonialism, and they together called as the global south countries. And if you look at the downstairs, that is this part. According to senior army officials, confirmations have been received. Again, remember the India's immediate neighbors, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal and Bhutan, they all are participating, but Pakistan and China are not invited. So Pakistan and China are not being invited to United Nations, the troop contributing countries. And at the same time, if you look downstairs here, around 5,500 Indian men and women are deployed across 9 countries as the part of UN peacekeeping missions. This is important news. This is an important fact from the newspaper which you need to learn. How many? Around 5,500, right? Around 5,500 Indian men and women are deployed across 9 countries as part of UN peacekeeping missions. Then we move to the next, again, all political news. We will not refer to it. Then comes this part, Konkan exercise. Must have heard about Konkan exercise as well. Anyone who can tell me Konkan exercises between whom? Which countries? Anyone? Konkan exercises between India and United Kingdom. Okay, this is important. Konkan is a military exercise. Konkan is a military exercise between India and the United Kingdom. Then government is planning to introduce artificial intelligence. Again, you can use this as an example in GS2, that is governance part, that this is a great, very good, Mamta. It's India and UK. AI in the school curriculum for all students from class 3rd next academic year. Okay, next academic year, that is artificial intelligence. By whom? By Ministry of Education. Then if we look here, that is the fresh hydroelectric project. Now the name of the project is Sawalkote hydroelectric project. It's on the river Chenab. It's on the river Chenab in Jammu and Kashmir, right? Sawalkote hydroelectric project in the Chenab river in Jammu and Kashmir. It was in news. Only this much you need to remember, that the Environment Ministry has given a fresh clearance to this. And then in this water treaty, if we talk about BRS and ICJ, that is Indus, Chenab and Jhelum, and here Beas, Ravi and Satluj. Now these 3 rivers, India is having a control, and here who's having control? Pakistan. Pakistan is having a control over Indus, Chenab and Jhelum river. Then we move to the next. Only this much is required. You can use this example of government to introduce AI in school in your GS2, that is governance and social justice paper. I believe only this much is important from the UPSC perspective. Apart from that, okay, one thing here, the Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado won the Nobel Peace Prize for her struggle to bring democratic transition in the South African nation. Now, what is democracy? Anyone? Very easy question. Anyone? Let me see how much you know about the NCERT. What is democracy? Democracy is nothing but democracy is ruled by the people. Ruled by the people. So Venezuela, you all know, it is the capital, it is the South American country. It is the South American country, and Nobel Peace Prize has been given to the opposition leader of the Venezuela, that is Maria Corina Machado. She has got the prize, and she has got the prize because she has done a great transition from the present system to the democracy, right? With this, I believe we can conclude. Okay, one more thing. This is one of the regions, Sagaing region. I've told you many of the PYQs are often being asked. That is Sagaing region. Sagaing region. It is where? It's in Myanmar. It's in Myanmar. UPSC has asked once about Tigray, right? Tigray. It was a PYQ. UPSC has asked. Again, the same place was in Myanmar only. So Sagaing region. Sagaing region. It's in Myanmar. You need to know this, right? Because might be asked, consider the following pairs, and it's in news as well. With this, we can conclude today's daily news analysis session. Only this much is relevant from today's newspaper. I wish each one of you all the very best. Very good, Mamta. It's the part of democracy in which we people choose our representatives indirectly. With this, I conclude today's daily news analysis session. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you so much, everyone.